Hello guys. Hello guys, how you guys doing? It's your boy Good Life, guys. You can call me Good Life, you can call me David B, guys. Guys, how you guys doing? And today is Saturday, and I hope you guys are having a good time trading. I hope you guys are also withdrawing profits, because guys, it's always a banger when it comes to Good Life, guys. I always tell you, it's always a banger when it comes to Good Life. Guys, right now, I'm here to give you guys the update of what's currently happened this week. I'm here to give you guys the update of what currently happened. As for now, market is closed, so there's like nothing that I'm doing right now. There's no trades I'm holding, because guys, this week has been like, let me say, the best and also not the best, because this week I dropped a video. Was it 2 days ago, as I showed you guys that gold has hit our TP, guys. I told you guys that gold has hit our first TP and our second TP, and also I posted a video on NAS 100 tell you guys to buy. So right now I'm here to give you guys an update on that buy. And guys, that trade hit us at our stop loss, guys. You can see the trade right now. The trade is right in front of my screen. That trade hit our stop loss right now. So guys, that is definitely it for what happened this week. We won gold. Gold hit our first TP and our second TP, and also NAS 100 stopped us out. So now this is the first, like I posted, the first win of the year. This is the first loss of the year, guys. So now that is behind. So now let's move forward, and we have recorded like 2 wins and 1 loss this year already. So now let's push back and let's see what is currently happening on NAS 100. NAS 100, I actually have nothing yet. I'm actually seeing nothing yet on NAS 100, so I wouldn't really be diving much into analysis of NAS 100 today. But there's one thing I want to show you guys. Let's currently remove this level. Let's remove it. There's one thing I want to show you guys. Despite the fact that NAS 100 stopped us out in a loss, NAS 100 hit our stop loss, I noticed something very nice that you guys will also want to notice. I noticed something very nice, that NAS 100 is respecting this trend line. You can see very clearly and very juicy. NAS 100 is respecting this trend line. We have this 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection, and 4 rejection. So I can also see that price as of right now has not broke. If we want to sell, price has not broken this structure to the downside to give us a confirmation that yes, price is ready for a sell. We haven't had a break to the downside below this structure. Rather, I'm still bullish on NAS 100. Let's get out to the 4 hours time frame. As far as price still stays inside of this level, I'm still bullish on NAS 100, guys. Still very bullish on NAS 100. But now the problem is that I can see a level that price is rejecting off. Let's go back to the daily time frame. I can see a level that price is rejecting off. I can see this level. Okay, let me take it to the weekly time frame and see if I can give you guys that level. Yes, I can see this level that price is rejecting at on the weekly time frame. I can see this level that price is rejecting off at. Yes, now let's go to the daily time frame to look at it clearly. Now I can see that price is having an issue with this level. That NAS 100 is having an issue with this level. So now price came here once, rejected, came here. If you use a zone, you see that price came here, rejected, came here, rejected. So now I am still sitting and I'm watching price. I'm still sitting and watching price on NAS 100, but right now I have nothing to say on NAS 100 right now. I'll just allow NAS 100 do what it's on its mind. So now let's go into the most juicy part of today's video. Today's video is going to be an educational video, guys. Today's video is an educational video. Now I thought, I had in mind that okay, Saturdays I will bring in nice and juicy contents for you guys. And now the content I'm bringing in for you guys, guess what, guys? I'm going to be teaching you guys how to mark key support and resistance level. Clap out for Jesus, clap out for Jesus, clap out for Jesus. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to mark key support and resistance level, that you can mark it on any chart that you love. Either you can mark it on any pair that you love and on any chart that you love, guys. So Yes, 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 you heard it here. Yes, I'm now here to teach you guys how to mark support and resistance level. Now, first of all, what is support and what is resistance? What is support level and what is resistance level? Now, these are levels that when price goes to that level, it reacts. Now, when price goes to that level, let's say we have a downtrend now, price is coming down. Guys, pardon my drawings, but just try and get the message from my drawing. Now we have this level, price pushing down, price coming down in this downtrend. We have this downtrend here, price pushing down on this downtrend. Remember that the downtrend is what is divided into what they call lower lows and lower highs. We have the downtrend divided into what they call lower lows and lower highs, right? Right. Now, how do you apply your support and resistance levels on a downtrending market? Now, in a downtrending market, the support levels are actually the most significant ones because it breaks supports and turns supports to resistance. Now, support levels are, let me mark one. Support level, this is now at this peak, now this level of price, that is where you have your first level. Now you mark the next one. Let me mark the next one for you guys. We mark this next one, and guys, I'll be giving you guys examples for today. Now you can clearly see that we have a downtrending market, and now price creating what they call lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and lower highs. Now inside of this downtrend, the easiest way to mark your support and resistance level, now when price creates a lower low and creates a lower high, that lower low that it created, mark it. It creates another lower high, you don't do anything there. It now creates a new lower low, breaking the previous support level and turning that support level to what they call a resistance level. Now, the main secret in marking trend lines is just, if the market is trending downwards, you just mark the lower lows, the peak of the lower lows, and there you have your levels. I am telling you that it's as simple as you didn't think it could be. Now, that is it. That is how you mark your levels. Just the peak of the lower lows in a downtrend. Yeah, just the peak of the lower. I know that some traders will tell you, okay, where price reacts too much. If you actually take where price reacts too much, you are going to end up seeing so many lines on your chart. But if you want to be accurate, like the way you see me mark my support and resistance level, you want to be as accurate as that, you have to take just the peak of, in a downtrend, just the peak of the lower lows. From where the lower high begins, you mark it, and bet me, that is the best you can get. So now let's dive in so that I'm done for a downtrending market. Now it's as simple as that. You think I will take like 30 minutes to 1 hour to do it? No, very simple. Very, very simple to mark support and resistance level. But guess what, guys? That time I started training, it took me 2 years to apply support and resistance level, because I didn't have anybody to show me. But now you have me showing you. So now it's as easy as that. Now when it comes to an uptrending market or a bullish market, an uptrending market, you know that an uptrend, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Higher highs and higher lows. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, until a reversal decides to take place. Until a reversal decides to take place, maybe around here. Right. So now, how do you mark your support and resistance levels in an uptrend or in a bullish market? It's as simple as it could be. Now, price creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Now the peak of the higher high, guys, remember, in a downtrending market, it is the peak of the lower low. Now the peak of the higher high, that is just so simple, guys. Just so simple. You take it, you mark it. Just the peak of the higher highs. Just the peak of the higher highs. That's all. Just the peak of the higher highs. We'll keep marking it, and now we'll see. We'll definitely check out examples We'll definitely check out examples. That's why I'm trying to rush this part so that I have enough time to look at examples. Right. Now you can clearly see that price creating higher highs, higher lows. Now turning this place to a resistance level. This is the first resistance level. This zone here is the first resistance level. But when price broke above it, it turned it toward a support level. So it is in a downtrend. Right, so it is in a downtrend. Now let me put a downtrending market here. Let me put a downtrending market, guys. Let me put a downtrending market so that you guys will understand what I'm trying to tell you. That what I'm trying to tell you, this is not rocket science. This is as simple as it could be, guys. This is as simple as it could be. This is not rocket science. As simple as it could be, guys. So now, guys, excuse me here. Let me adjust this here. And let me make it clear. And then, yep. So now it's as simple as it could be, guys. Now let me try and apply a downtrending market to this side. Okay, let's try and apply from here a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower high, a lower low. Now you can clearly see that if you look at, this is our uptrend, this is our downtrend. Now if you clearly look at this level, price first of all created a new highs, right? And then that highs, when it started the retracement, that place became what? A resistance level. Now that is to tell you that a support level can turn to a resistance level, and a resistance level can turn to a support level. Now when price broke above it, it turned the resistance level here to a support level. It's as simple as that. No need to complicate things. It turns the resistance level to what? A support level. Now, same as it is in a downtrend. Now, price created what they call a lower low. Now, this lower low that was formed before the beginning of this lower high, it created what they call a support level. The floor is the support. The roof is the resistance. That's how it is. The roof here is the resistance. The floor, when it comes to stand on top, is the support. So as it is here, when market is coming down, it's just like falling down from the sky. When market is going up, it's going like ascending into the sky. Like now, falling from the sky, you know that you are falling to the ground, which is the floor, which is what? The support level. Then when price, at that little time that price will push back to the upside, it is pushing back to, it is going back into the sky for a very short period of time. Then price will now come back, and then that support level, it breaks below it, turning that support level to what? A resistance level. When it comes back, right, when it comes back to retest, it turns this support level to what? A resistance level, and pushes back to break the previous support level, which is this one, and pushes back, breaks it, and then turn it to what? A resistance level. It's as simple as that. Now note clearly that in a downtrend, how to apply your support and resistance. In a downtrend, you mark the lower high, the lower lows, the peak of the lower lows in a downtrend, right? That is the secret. Nobody wants to tell you this. I'm telling you, you mark the peak of the lower highs. Now in a downtrend, in an uptrend, you mark the peak of the higher highs. Right? I repeat again, in a lower low, in a downtrending market, you mark the peaks of the lower lows. And in an uptrending market, you mark the peak of the higher highs. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Now in a sideways moving market, I won't fail to put this too. In a sideways moving market, it's just price basically moving up and down in between two zones, up and down in between two zones. But inside of this sideways moving market, you can have what they call trends inside of a trend. Trends inside of a trend. I won't go into that today. We can have trends inside of a trend, because I want to go into that particular explanation. It's going to take a whole lot of time. So now you can have trends inside of a trend. You can see we have an uptrend, a downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. It is still the same format as this one. You apply it inside of here. Now, how do you note a reversal from just using support and resistance level? Now, when price breaks in an uptrend, we have these higher highs from here. Price created higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. When you see that price cannot break above the previous higher high, rather it comes and then rejects that level, it now comes back to break below the what? The recent lower high, which is called the neckline. It comes and break below the recent lower high, and then creates what they call a lower low and creates what they call a lower high, right? Something like a double top. Yes, it creates something like a double top. So as it is for a downtrend, when price cannot create a lower low, a lower high, a lower can't longer create what they call a lower low, rather goes up back to break above the lower high. Once price breaks above the lower high, my dear, just know that direction has changed, because it is better for price to break structure than for price to break your tool. Like the tools I'm talking about, is it's better for price to break structure. That is the strongest confirmation than for price to do what? To break trend lines, because this is how price can break your trend line but price has not broken the level. This is how price can break your trend lines but price have not broken the level. And now in an uptrend, you apply your trend lines under, and in a downtrend, you do what? You apply your trend lines above. Nobody will tell you all this I'm telling you. It's as simple as that. Nobody will tell you all this I'm telling you. I'm giving you guys knowledge free. Knowledge free. I've now showed you guys the secret behind support and resistance. I will say it again. In a downtrend, no need to look for places that price rejects too much. Just do this. You just automatically see it appear. In a downtrend, mark the peak of the lower lows, and an uptrend, mark the peak of the higher highs. That's all. Then in a sideways moving market, it's just price moving in between two zones. And I've said that when price wants to reverse in an uptrend, you see that price cannot break above the previous high, rather to come and break below the neckline of the previous high. So it is in a downtrend, price will not be able to break below the recent lower low, rather to break above the neckline of that recent lower low, which you can also call it the lower high of that recent lower low. So now that is it for how to apply support and resistance. I've just showed you guys a very powerful secret under a few minutes. So now let's go into one or two examples before I bring this video to a close. So now, first of all, we'll look at German 30, which is how we will identify, because German 30 is ranging now. Now you should also know that nothing is picture perfect, guys. Nothing is picture perfect. When it comes to the market, it's not picture perfect. So it is like a different ball game entirely. Like, it's not picture perfect, it's like a different ball game entirely. So now what they might draw for you on the chart might look very fine, but what they might draw for you on the board might look very fine, like what I just drew for you. But what you might see on the chart might look different, right? But just know that it's just basically the same pattern. Now we can see that price is moving sideways here. How do we know that? We see that yes, price is moving sideways. Very obvious that we can see that this level price is moving sideways. So now we know that price is moving sideways. That sideways market is price moving in between two zones. As simple as that. We now apply the first zone. We mark the peak of the first zone. Now, let me give you guys another secret now. When you are applying your trend, your support and resistance, apply them on the candle body, the close of the candle. Yeah, apply them on the close of the candle. But when you want to apply your trend lines, apply them on the wicks of the candle, right? Information pass for free. It's as simple as that. You can now clearly see that we have gotten a key sideways moving market. It's as simple as that. We have marked the first high, marked the first low. You can see that. Very simple. And like I told you, that inside the sideways moving market, we have trends, what they call trends inside of a trend. So we have uptrends, downtrends, uptrends, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, and uptrend to when price decide to break above, right? And now this is a clear uptrend that is happening here, a clear uptrend that is forming here. Now guys, what did I tell you? In other ways, to know a good uptrend, first of all, you apply your trend line. You apply it on the wicks of the candle, right? As simple as that. As simple as that. That's how price could be. Price is very simple. No need to complicate things. Now, let's go into identifying uptrends, support and resistance in uptrends, and also identifying support and resistance in downtrends. I'll use one example so that this video won't be long. But when you guys at your spare time, today is Saturday, you take your time and then you try and do a lot of practice on different charts. Like now, this is the gold trade that we took for this week, that we closed this week, and guys, see how juicy it is. I closed it around there, so you guys shouldn't see. I closed it around there. It was a little bit around there, so price already hit our second TP, so I was already off the market. Right now, you can clearly see it's very, very obvious. Right, it is very, very obvious. Price is very, let's see this. Now you can see that from here, from this level to this level, price is what bullish. From this particular zone to this particular zone, we have price being what very, very bullish. Now to this new level at which is forming, price is what being very bullish. Now, how do we now attack price from here? How do we now apply our support and resistance levels? It's very simple. Now we apply our support and resistance level to the previous highs, like the higher highs of that uptrend. Now see, let's apply it. Now remember, I do my things on the daily time frame. Now let's go. We see we have this one. This is the highs that was formed around here, and I'm telling you that you see price just basically react. Price will just basically react to there. Now this is the first high, the first higher highs. Remember, I told you on an uptrend you mark the peak of the higher highs. Now we have marked our first peak of our higher high. Now this is our second peak of our higher high, which was already marked. Now this is our third peak of our higher high, which is the new highs that have been formed. Right now, let's go to our 4 hours time frame. Now you can clearly see that we marked this high, this new highs here, and we marked this second highs, and then we have marked this high. Now you can see how price came and rejected at the previous high. My dear, while other mentors will be telling you take the places that you see price rejects too much, my dear, you might end up taking it. Let's take the places that price rejects too much. Let's take it. Oh yeah, see, price rejects here. We are taking. Price also rejects here. See, we are taking. Price also rejects here. Price rejects here. You see, we are taking. Price also where rejects where. Now you see, price also come and rejects here. The lines are too many. Like this will confuse you. This is going to confuse you. It's as simple as that. This is the secret to how to apply support and resistance level. This will confuse you. Try it on any time frame, on any chart pattern. This is going to confuse you. But rather in an uptrend, just mark the higher highs. That's all. I'm giving you $1,000 secret for free. $1,000 secret for free. That's why I told you guys that whatsoever I'm going to be doing on this channel is for free, because I've seen the way mentors are charging people careless funds for nothing, for like no valid information that is being passed. Guys, we have just marked 1, we have marked 2, and we have marked 3, and see how accurate it gave us this place. And that was how I took this trade. As simple as it could be, this trade on gold, that was how I took this trade on gold. Because I saw that price rejected this level, and this is where the previous peak was. Came and created what they call a head and shoulder pattern, and boom, to the upside. Right. So now we are done for what? How to identify what support and resistance in higher highs. Now let me also tell you guys something. Now price created this high, which made this particular zone a resistance level. But see, when price broke above this level, this green zone here, it turned it to what? A support level. Now when price created these highs, it made this what? A resistance level. But when price broke above it, it turned it to what? A support level. So you should know that resistance and support levels can change at any time once price breaks above them or breaks below them. Now let's go into how to identify a downtrend market. I like what I'm saying. So now in BTC, guys, I have a very, very sweet update for you guys on BTC. BTC has just broken the sideways movement, and now BTC is retest. Oh Jesus, there's going to be a lot of trades this week, this new week, guys. There's going to be a lot of trades. The only thing you have to do is just tune in so that when I'm dropping the analysis, you're able to see it and then you have to capitalize on it too. I've proven myself to you guys so many times. You see it and capitalize on it too. So now, this is a valid downtrend that is happening currently on BTC. Right, this is a valid downtrend that is happening currently on BTC, and which BTC is still bullish because why? BTC is inside of the weekly highs and the weekly lows. So whatsoever you do, this downtrend that happened, I wasn't involved though, but the buy that is going to happen around there, I'm going to be involved to the upside. BTC is going to push to the upside. You heard it here first on Good Life TV. Don't say it's your mentor, say it's me. It's me that said it first. Don't say it's your mentor, it's me that said it first. Leave your mentor, he's not teaching you the right thing. So now, you heard it here first that BTC is going to push to the upside, but now that is not our main course. Our main course now is to apply how to identify support and resistance level in a downtrend now. Now, note, what did I tell you in a downtrend? You mark the peaks of the lower lows, right? You mark the peaks of the lower lows. As simple as that. So now, let's mark it. Now, I'll go to I've seen one, right? Now, this is the first peak I've seen in this downtrend. Now, the second peak I've seen in this downtrend, and now I've already marked this peak already. Okay, let me remove this zone. I don't really like using zones. I love using we marked this peak already. We see that price could not come and break because price pushed to the upside, tried to come down around here but could not, but rather price has broken above the neckline. What I taught you guys about reversal. Guys, do not complicate price. Price is simple to understand, but do not complicate it. Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it. So that is basically how, this is just basically how you have identified like key level resistance and support right now in a downtrend just by marking what? The peaks of the lower lows, the lower lows, the lower lows. As beautiful as it can be. Now, if you can see clearly now, we have seen that price has changed the overall bias. Price has definitely changed the overall bias now. We can see that price broke above, came back in a retest and broke above full time. Price has broken full time right now on BTC. You heard it here first. BTC is going to buy. Price now has turned to an uptrend, guys, on BTC. Now you can clearly look at, I want to bring you guys your knowledge to this. I told you guys that when price wants to reverse, it is going to try to come and form a new low, but at the end of the day, it won't be able to form a new low. Rather, it will now go back to attack the lower high of that recent low. Now you can clearly see that price broke below to form a new low around there, but it could not, but rather pushed up and broke above the neckline of that low. Right, and now you can see now that price has confirmed this movement by creating what they call a good higher high, higher low, higher high, and now price is what creating what? A higher low. And now you remember we marked the neckline. Now you see we have marked the peak of this. We have marked the peak of these new highs. We have marked the peak of these new highs. Now you see that price will just automatically reject here and push to the upside. If it comes down a little bit, it will just want to kiss this trend line goodbye. Let me apply this trend line. You just want to kiss this trend line goodbye. You just want to kiss this trend line around there and then push it upside because price is very, very close to this one. We want to come here and kiss this trend line and then push it goodbye. So now, guys, that is how you can identify support and resistance level. Finish just like that, guys, on downtrends, uptrends, and sideways moving markets. It's as simple as that. No need to complicate things. I tell you guys, there's no need to complicate things on price. Price is just straightforward. Just use the simplest of tools to make life easy for yourself. Indicators will not show you this secret. You get me? Indicators won't show you, robots won't show you. Some mentors that you are paying a lot of money to won't show you that. It's basically just on a downtrend, you mark the lower lows. In an uptrend, you mark the lower highs. It's as basic as that. But let's say now, on this particular chart now, you want to mark everywhere that price rejects. Now let's zoom out. Let's mark everywhere that price rejects. You end up having too many lines and confusion will set in. Now see this place. We have seen this place. Okay, price rejects here. Yes. Let me bring it a little bit closer. Yes, we have them. Now, which other side do price reject a lot? Okay, I've seen this place. I'll bring it down here because of one or two things. I'll bring it down here. Okay, we'll see that place, and then I'll see which other place the price reject a lot around there. Which other place the price reject I have. Okay, I've seen here. I've seen here. You can see how clustered our screen is. You basically don't even understand what you are doing. This was how I was before, until I discovered that it is just as simple as it could be. Market support and resistance is just as simple as it could be. This is how I used to do my things before. But when I discovered the trick and the secret that these people are hiding from us, it took me 2 years to just know how to apply support and resistance. 2 years of my trading life. So now, guys, I've given it to you on a platter of gold, and I've given it to you for free, guys. While I'm teaching you guys that how to apply support and resistance, please take BTC into consideration, because we are going to be buying BTC for next week. I didn't want to tell you guys this. I wanted to bring as a surprise, but I have no choice. I have to tell you, because if I don't tell you, you will are going to accuse me. I have to tell you. So now this is basically it, guys. This is just basically, it's as simple as that. Price is simple. No need to complicate things on price. Price is just so simple. It's just so simple. So now I'll be bringing in more of this educational content to make you guys know the truth about Forex and how to identify things on Forex. It's as simple as that. I'll be bringing more of this content so that you guys can be able to identify all these kind of levels by yourself. Yes, you can identify it by yourself. You don't need to, like, every Monday morning you go to like your mentor's Telegram channel and wait for him to drop a trade. Meanwhile, you can take a trade from a very, very easy spotted support level or resistance level by yourself. Yes, it's as simple as that. So now I've been able to pass the knowledge, and the only thing you guys have to do right now is make sure that you guys do a lot of practice, because what practice make perfect. If you don't practice, you won't make it perfectly. So now I've taught you guys the secret behind support and resistance. The support and resistance that nobody wants to tell you, I've just showed you guys right now. Yeah, I've just showed you guys right now. So the only thing you have to do is just watch this video. Make sure that you have a good time, enjoy the video, dissect it, stimulate it, whatsoever you want to do it. Just make sure that it enters into your brain, and the picture of how to do it is in your brain, so that if they wake you up at night, you'll be able to identify these levels. So now the only thing you have to do for me right now, and that thing you have to do for me is free, is just subscribe to my channel, click on the bell notification icon, and give my videos a thumbs up, my educational videos a thumbs up, because guys, next week I'll be coming in with back-to-back trades, guys, back-to-back. Yeah, like now let's go back to gold. You could see that I used, like what I told you guys, I used it on gold. Not like I'm telling you something I don't use. I'm using it. I'm not telling you something. I'm not teaching you guys something that I don't use. I use it clearly. If you doubt me, check my previous videos, check my previous analysis. All this I post them before it even happens. I post all of them before it even happens. I post all of them before it even happens. So now it's your boy Good Life, and I want you to do what? Stay focused, because it's always light at the end of the tunnel. Do not give up. Just learn gradually.